Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.
Hey, informers, welcome to Accidentally Informed, where
we can't always guarantee that you'll learn something, but let's face it, you always do.
All right, I'm Claudia Jordan with my girl Erica Cobb. Okay, first things first, I am still recovering from last night's Ebony Power 100 Awards. Girl, I'm tired.
Yeah. Well, first of all, before I get into the you must take a break of it all, because I keep telling you, I will come to an airport and pick you up off the ground, but I don't want to do that. And that's where it's headed. You cannot continue to burn the candle with both ends or on both ends. That being said, you looked amazing. And your bestie Annie, okay?
Yeah, we all went to crustaceans.
And Tracy, oh my gosh, y'all looked amazing.
And there's Shaquille O'Neal and the actor Stephen Bishop. There's Tracy right there. Look at her waist, how small it is, and that is not photoshopped. Her waist is snatched.
I posted that video of me opening up the champagne bottle, and I was pretty proud of it. But little was I paying attention that Tracy is in the frame. So no one was really paying attention to me opening up the champagne bottle, okay? Because Tracy was in the video.
Trust me, I know how it feels. I'm like, hi. They're like, yeah. Anyways, Tracy Evans. No. She's like a Barbie doll, but a smart, talented, cool one too. And she's not bougie at all. She's a lot of fun. We had a great time, and then I sat down. We had a dinner at we all went to Crustaceans afterwards, and
love that.
I spoke to Shaq about my prom project, and he owns some JCPenney's, and he has committed to helping out with next year. And I'm like, yes. So Shaq, now that I said it on air, you can't pull back, you can't rescind, you have to do it. So yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did it help that I apologized to him publicly?
Oh, of course. That's the main reason why he said yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is the reason why.
I didn't want to mess up your situation.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, like in May.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it was really great. Taraji P was there. Karuchi was there. Teyana Taylor looked amazing. She was honored with the Entertainer of the Year. The mayors, a lot of the black mayors. Benjamin Crump was there. The mayor of Baltimore, the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, who's like a force right now, who's letting them have it. Mm-hmm. Jasmine Crockett, I took a picture with her. Megan Good and her man. Who else was there? Damn, Portia. A lot of people were there. A lot of people was there. Yeah, but I didn't meet anybody like that though.
It's okay. It's I think it's going to be a friend of a friend situation.
Oh, like a hookup?
Yeah, are you really trying to date anybody in entertainment?
It doesn't matter. Kind of.
Okay, well then maybe you should have done more last night.
You know what's so funny? Someone could be hitting on me and I wouldn't even know. Because when I was at the BET, I run into people all the time, like former professional athletes, like actors, whatever. And they say, man, I was after you back in the day. And I'm like, you were? And they're like, yes, I was crazy about you. I'm like, I couldn't tell.
Well, but that's the problem, Claudia. And you've said it enough times that people should get the memo. If you can't tell that you're being hit on, then he never gonna be your man because he doesn't know how to take a note. It should be obvious. Okay.
So many times I get this like, oh man, I was trying so hard. I'm like, what do you mean you tried so hard?
So, yeah, not hard enough. It wasn't even a blip on the radar.
Even Shaq, like, back in the 90s, the late 90s, he was like, man, you sunned me. And it was like a running joke at the table because and then like we talked about like anybody else that he's hit on or whatever. It was such a funny moment at the table. But yeah, he was a great sport about it. So thank you so much, Shaquille O'Neal. I want to say thank you for committing to help out with the prom project, and we'll be in touch. And I really appreciate that. Like, he got Entrepreneur of the Year for all the businesses he owns. He owns like a bunch of businesses. Like, he's killing it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Yay.
Oh, and the gift bags. There was some glasses from Tiffany's, like some like this isn't from Tiffany's, but I couldn't bring them on the plane. I left them at Annie's because my bag was full. And like some sunglasses that were really cute. And some like lotions and stuff like that. But it was cute. It was a cute event. It was very cute. You have to come next year.
I will put it on my calendar.
Y'all looking for your gown now, okay?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm glad y'all had fun.
All right, now the timing of the Ebony event celebrating Black excellence could not be better because did you see what went down in the elections yesterday? We are talking historic wins for women, especially women of color, all over the country. Just to name two major wins, Mary Sheffield became Detroit's first female mayor, and she is drop dead gorgeous. And also, Abigail Spanberger becomes Virginia's first female governor. She was going up against a nut job. Is it the begin? Oh, she was that. What's her name? Earl, whatever. The black lady that was a Republican. She's crazy as heck.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She crazy. She says she was against solar power because she's like, well, when the sun goes away at night, ma'am, the battery gets charged during the day and it stores, like, it doesn't stop working because the sun. And you know what? Black female Republicans, right? The hair is always bad. It's always a bad wig or not even no attempt at all. Like, she was giving Frederick Douglass realness, but he did it better. Like, it looked like she just put some water in her hair and she just leave the house. And you know, the hair you leave in the beginning of the day when you first wet it as a woman of color is not the hair you're gonna have at the end of the day. And she looked crazy. She looked, yeah. If you can't take care of your hair, you can't take care of a state. I'm sorry.
Lord.
You can't.
First of all, sometimes it'd be rough. Okay.
Every day. We've never seen it. There's one photo that she uses in the election for, like, totally AI.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be rough. Let me just say, because it's so interesting to me. I obviously, our company is joint ventures for Positive Energy Campaign. So that is, and thank you to everyone who voted for us for Anthem Awards. We'll find out if we are won or not, and that's for purpose-driven work. But when we have these conversations about energy, that's the reason why Positive Energy Campaign is so important. People are so ill-informed about how energy works and how they all work together. So it's interesting to me how people will come up with these types of like tentacles in terms of how to get that type of energy vote, because obviously there's a lot of money in energy. So I was embarrassed in that realm. But for some reason, they be following me. And I don't understand, because the only reason why I've ever gone viral is saying something that is very politically against anything that they open their mouths to say.
Who's following you?
I get a lot of Black female Republicans who will follow me.
Listen, your hair is too cute to be part of their crew. I don't even know. That's an insult. Don't even try to come at my girl like that. She's not one of y'all. Look at her hair. Her hair looks great. She could never be a part of that group. Never.
At first, I thought it was because they wanted to debate me. And I'm like, I'm not even in the political realm like that. But then I'm like, this is weird. This is very strange. So yeah, I have some who follow me, but I do not follow back.
They know your husband's in oil and gas. They're
well,
like,
I think they might
think that you might be open to that Republican lifestyle.
I am not, but go ahead. When
I see you show up with a dried up half curl, half Jerry, half not, I know you switched over.
Moving on to what matters. Congratulations to, obviously it was a historic night for women of color. It goes to show you, for as much as we said that we were going to take a back seat, it's activated in the best way possible, because at this point, people don't know which direction to look in terms of how things will be countered. And one thing about the pendulum, it do be swinging. So. Also,
the mayor of Boston is a woman of color. She's Asian. She got reelected. The mayor of Atlanta, who's doing a fine job, Andre Dickens, of course, killing it. Lots and lots and lots of Black and brown faces. Muslims won, which is crazy because this country seems that it's at peak Islamophobia right now. So it's nice to see that. And of course, Zoran Mandami is just like got the city electrified in New York. And Andrew Cuomo is threatened to leave. I'm going to leave New York City. And a few millionaires are like, oh, we're leaving. We can't stay here anymore. We're going to go to Florida. And they're saying, well, Mandami's already getting the criminals and the sex offenders out of here. So, yeah, allegedly.
Hey, it was close, though. So that somebody got some explaining to do.
Where, New York?
Yeah, early it was close.
Oh, well, I think he ended up Mandami Cuomo ended up with 41%, which I was like, wow, that's higher than I thought. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be more of a blowout. But what happened? Those Cuomo boys, we used to all love them. I don't know what happened.
I know.
All right. Well, you're listening to Accidentally Informed. I'm Claudia Jordan with my co-host Erica Cobb. Now, you've heard our next guest on Reality Checked with Dorinda Medley. You've laughed with her on the Talk of Shame. And next week, she's running the show at BravoCon. So please give it up for the queen of Bravo commentary, Kiki Monique. Welcome to the show, Miss Lady.
Kiki, we're so excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
We were honored to be guests on Sirius XM with you and Dorinda Medley for a reality check. So this is full circle. Thank you.
Yes, I loved having you guys there. It was so much fun.
It was. Your show was so cute too. Like, I love the setup and everything. Like, I was like, okay.
It's dream gig. I'm like, I get paid to do this. This is amazing.
Isn't it crazy what some people get paid for? And then, you're like, yeah, thank you, God. Okay.
It God, ancestors, universe. But I got to tell you, Kiki, because I was first put on to you on a more personal level through Andy's Girls, so our friend Dame Galley. Yeah. And I saw a picture of you came across my feed. Now, this was before this is after actually I accosted you at BravoCon because I was like so weird. I don't know why. I was like so excited to see you. So I'm like, hi, Kiki, I'm Erica Cobb. So nice to meet you. And you were like, okay, I got to get my credentials. See you inside. And I was like, I don't know what that was about. But I screenshot this photo. This was back maybe in March.
Okay.
And I just want to show it to you.
Yes.
Because I put it on my vision board and it's you and Andy Cohen as bartenders on Watch What Happens Live.
Wow.
And I did not realize that in October, Claudia and I would be bartenders on Watch What Happens Live. And then to sum it all up, we ended up as guests on your show. So the power of manifestation is very real.
The same week, like the day apart. I think a day apart.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I believe in manifestation fully. And I love it. Like, I'm like, kind of like, how did I get here? Like, somebody was just like commenting the other day and they were just like, wait, I followed you and you were like begging for bagels and now you're with Bravo. We were with Andy on Bravo because I did start out as like the bagel queen because I moved to LA and I was looking for a good bagel because, I'm from New York. But yeah, anyways.
Did you ever find a good bagel in LA?
Courage Bagel is like the best bagel in LA. I think actually with the new show I Love LA on HBO, I think everyone's going to probably start going to Courage if they haven't. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. All right. Well, before we get into our Bravo story, we have to ask you about some hot topics. Nicki Minaj, who is definitely feeling some kind of way. Now, Donald Trump recently jumped on TikTok using her viral remix, Bees in the Trap, X What Up, just a day after she gave him props for Nigeria. Nicki commented saying, "This is pretty incredible. Thank you," and promised free backstage passes for life to the lucky Barb who made it happen. So tell me, is Nicki running the game here or is Trump? And who knew? Is Nicki MAGA?
I just think that Nicki is a contrarian. Like she likes attention. I believe she's a Sagittarius like I am. And so any chance she can have to just like be the opposite to get attention, she'll do. Like, remember when the whole like COVID thing happened and she went on the whole story about, I think it was a cousin who got big balls from the vaccine. And it was like, I don't know where she stands. I don't even know if she knows where she stands, but I think that she's always willing to take a headline and make a headline. And I think she cares more about that than anything.
Erica, what do you think?
When you say you don't know where she stands and she may not know where she stands, I think she always stands for Nicki Minaj. So whatever it is that's going to be beneficial to her is what she's going to do and push for. I mean, people... Listen, I mean, there are back and forth conversations about if you're famous or if you are of a certain socioeconomic status, then that makes you a mentor or, it makes you a hero or an example. And I don't really subscribe to that theory. I love when people are just very honest with who they are and what their agenda is, because you spend so much time speculating about what this is all for. And with Nicki, you really are getting what you're seeing. That's what it is, in my opinion.
I think someone so talented and so firmly cemented into history when it comes to music, hip hop, entertainment, I mean, she did some amazing things. I just think she doesn't need to do the antics anymore. She doesn't need to do any of this stuff. So if she does it, I have to be inclined to think she really wants to do it, or she's, like a lot of entertainers have like broken our hearts, and we found out they're down with MAGA and they're down with the stuff that Trump is doing, even though a lot of the stuff that he likes to do is directly impacting and hurting your fan base. And
Well,
that's
I think also like it's sad, but I think also like being aligned or being close to people who can help you in the long run is something that goes through a lot of people their mind. Like she might be thinking like, I don't know, if I'm nice to Trump, but if I'm ever in a situation where I need someone around me pardoned, maybe that will help me in the long run. So why not?
the way that this president has become the pardon president for pedophiles and sex offenders, and people who commit fraud. And that people just like, oh, I know I got this in my backyard. Let me go ahead and just be cool with this person just in case I need this, says a lot about where we are as a country.
Yeah.
And I am fully aware that every time we discuss Nicki Minaj, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, a Barb will be calling me a bitch, an old bitter bitch on Twitter. So I fully accept that. I receive it. Yes.
It's just par for the course, Claudia. Fame or shame, it's all the same game. Okay.
They showed up to my apartment one time, but I got a gun over here now, so I'm in Texas. So
Oh my God.
do what you gotta do, kiddies.
That is.
They do. They're insane. Like even if you're the kindest commentary, just it's insane. But I do think that plays a part in some of the antics. I feel like there's no one around her that kind of. I think she needs a homegirl that's like, nah, man, that ain't it, sis. Like, I love you. I don't want you to like go out like that. I think when you have like a legion of people that just whatever you do is just like never checked, it's never questioned. It's kind of hard to see it for what it is sometimes. You don't have we all have people in our lives that are a safety net or a system of checks and balances that's like kind of save us from ourselves sometimes. And I just feel like supporting him in this climate and being a woman and with the history of the men in your lives, it's kind of shooting yourself in the foot, I think. All right. The Bravo story of the week, Potomac housewife Stacey Rusch. How do you say her name? Rusch found herself in the hot seat recently when producers caught her on camera talking about dating Chris Samuels, the ex-husband of her soon-to-be castmate, Monique Samuels. Take a look at this.
I was separated going through a divorce. And as we were separated, Timo saw other people and I saw other people. I did not have sex with anyone. I saw people, I hung out, and Chris was one of those people. The bottom line is, I know Chris. He is a super cool, respectful. Please, no, I have not.
Whoa, Potomac is bringing up the season. Okay, Kiki.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, I love Stacey. She's the best addition to just like not even Potomac, but to the Housewives franchise. And at the dinner table, when they asked her about Chris, she should have just owned it in that moment and not gotten caught on the producer camera later. But here's the thing about Stacey. Like, she's the level of delusional housewife I need. So even when she's lying, even when she's not even owning it, I'll always forgive her because I'm like, you know what, whatever, it's fine. She got caught later. She'll own it later. I don't know why she just didn't admit it at the table, though.
See, I'm curious, and because you have such great insider knowledge of Bravo, I'm feeling like Stacey is great because she's a commit to the bit housewife. She stays in her lane regardless of what people throw at her. But my theory, because clearly this is a producer cam, so is this a leak for starters?
Well, no, I don't consider it a leak. I think, they set up these little mini cameras around the house. It gets late. You forget they're there. And then you're talking to someone and you just don't realize that that's going to be used for footage later. I think you just absolutely forget.
Because my theory was she didn't admit to dating Chris because Stacey's not stupid. So maybe that was a way to not open that door for Monique to come back in, because if she admitted to it, then that would automatically be the lane. Now, is it clear or unclear if Monique was already slated to come back at this time or not?
That part I don't know because, again, we saw footage of Monique, participating in events, while they're filming, but I don't know when the decision was made to bring her back. And I don't think you kind of ever know that unless you're on production.
Is this all the scheme that Todd set up?
Everything is the scheme Todd set up.
Because this is hella random to me. Like on the heels of we're all hearing what Monique's coming back, then Stacey just happens of all men in the NFL that are retired NFL players. That's the guy that she reached out to. I feel like it was this. I don't know if this is organic. I don't know all the way.
Well, I don't know if anything about Stacey's organic. I mean, look, from the 3 men we've seen her with, she has no type, like from Timu to,
DJ.
TJ. Yeah. I don't know what her type is, but I do know that, she is a pageant girl. She's a QVC girl. Maybe she's just like, you know what? He makes sense for this season. So let me just reach out. Let me see. Who knows?
Also, they're in Potomac. It's not like it's New York or LA. Once you hit a town or an area like that, it's smaller demographics. You get a little pass around pack. Like there's going to be some, But,
I think this is being made into a scandal that when you step away from it, it's really not. It's different if Monique and Chris were still married. They're not. They're divorced, and Monique, beautiful woman, she can date who she wants, and so can Chris. He's not a beautiful woman, but he's a handsome guy. He can date who he wants, and I don't know what the relationship is with Monique and Stacey.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think they had a relationship, which is why there is no scandal, because no matter how much of a girl's girl you are, if I don't know you, I'm allowed to date your ex. I'm sorry. I don't care.
Kiki, I just want to ask you some quick predictions about how Potomac will be handled at BravoCon, because we obviously know that Wendy Osefo will not be at BravoCon.
Do we know that? I mean, have they?
I thought it was announced.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know because we do know that Eddie, he is still doing Happy Eddie. He showed up to a pop-up event, so it doesn't seem like they're shying away from. And they're going to air their wife swap episode this coming week. So I don't know for sure.
Okay, so assuming that she does show up, or maybe she doesn't show up, we have had years at BravoCon where certain franchises didn't get a panel because of all the inner workings that were happening, and they were trying to stop spoilers. How do you think that this is going to be maneuvered, just based on everything? Because we hear that Karen might be making an appearance somewhere.
I thought Karen was going to make an appearance because I got a random email saying that she might be making, but then I got an email actually yesterday saying she would not be appearing, which I was actually sad about. So it doesn't look like Karen's going to appear. I think that Bravo, because at this point it's allegations. I mean, I think Jen Shaw was still on the show while the allegations were still happening. So I think if they, match what they've done in the past, you kind of continue on, because I do think Wendy is an essential part of Potomac at this point, and I don't think any of them want to lose that. I think as it builds up, if the case gets worse and worse, they're going to have to make a decision. But right now, it's pretty early on, and the season's still airing, so I think they might not push the questions at BravoCon if she's there. Or maybe they'll tell her not to show up, because the questions from the viewers, when they get up to that mic, they can ask whatever they want, and they don't want that to go viral. I don't think.
What do y'all think about that case? Her and her husband, Wendy and her husband, they have requested separate, their cases be separate.
I didn't hear that part. I didn't realize. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, and from what I've seen so far, it does not look great for them. I mean, from the knowledge that I have so much, it doesn't look great. But I also know, they have the means to hire really good attorneys. They're going to look for every avenue that they can. And I think that this will go on for a while before we get any sort of obviously get any close to a trial, let alone maybe possibly settling or, making some plea. Who knows?
I don't know if anybody has, in a situation like this, $1,500 an hour attorney means. I mean, that's a lot of money. $1,500 an hour. And if you're not a multi-millionaire that you just have that sitting around,
Yeah.
then that's problematic. So I just try to keep your noses clean, kids.
Yeah.
So you would cop a plea, Erica, and do some little bit of time so you can get your street credibility up.
I wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't be anywhere near this. When I tell you, like, I am so the opposite of this. I was a national talk show host. My husband was the president of an oil and gas company. Our mortgage was $1,200 a month. Y'all don't understand how fiscally responsible we are. Okay. Like, totally. I was
1,200.
nowhere near this.
That was my rent in California in 1999.
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm fiscally responsible. I went through a bankruptcy 12 years ago.
Yep.
I learned my lesson.
Same.
I did bankruptcy. I didn't do any shenanigans. So there you go.
What scam would you do now?
No scam.
No, it's too like there's like, especially not related to insurance. No, I don't want to touch any of it. No, I'm not built for prison.
Erica, what if someone wanted you to just drop a bag off in Chicago? And you
No, I told you my brush with that was
being a mule.
yeah, I would take the money and then just be like, I would check in the bathroom if I were you. There's no crime there. I made a lot of money that way as a bartender. Okay.
All right, moving on. Michelle Obama recently sat down to talk about why Black kids aren't being crushed on. Here's what she said on her podcast.
Well, there are a lot of young Black people that they get into college and they've never had.
I don't think that's
boyfriend
healthy.
or girlfriend.
I don't think that's
I
healthy.
totally agree with you.
I don't think,
and a lot of that comes from being in all white environments as Black kid.
Not to be felt like someone even likes you, even if it's for a week.
Yes.
There's no memory of a mutual desire and how to negotiate those feelings.
Wow. Did y'all date in high school? What was your experience? When did y'all lose your virginity? I want to be nosy.
No, like I felt this so much and I didn't realize this was something with other people. Like I never dated. And of course I had plenty of people. I grew up in a predominantly white. I was usually the only Black girl in every class all the way through most of high school. And so I obviously crushed on a lot of white boys and never had boyfriends. And if a white boy did like me, it was always like he would secretly tell me, but like nobody could know.
Damn.
And yeah, so I didn't even lose my virginity till I was 17, freshman year of college. Like finally, when I found Black people on campus, and it was like finally, like I had friends, but like up until that point, like I realized how much it like steered how I chose men in my later life. And I made such bad decisions because I felt so poorly about myself because I didn't have boyfriends. So I thought something was wrong with me. So then when I did get a boyfriend, I let him treat me like crap for way too long and stuck by it. And like, it really affects you. So I agree. Like we need to start dating younger, but it's hard when you're, kind of an outcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have similar feelings because I was I call myself a hybrid kid because I was born and raised on the west side of Chicago, predominantly all Black area. And then at around 9-10, we moved to the suburbs, predominantly white area. But I would go to church 3 days a week in the city. And then the rest of the time was in the suburbs. So I had this like duality to me. And my parents, particularly my dad, I went to homecoming the first 3 years with a cousin or a family friend. I was not allowed to have a boyfriend. So when you get like let out in the wild in college, there is this sense of like not understanding like social cues and, someone is interested in you or why. And you don't even have someone that you can really rely on because no one who really has had your best interest at heart for, your entire life can say, hey, this is something you need to look out for. You're just around with peers. So I do think that it's important for young Black kids to be steered in a way, like as a part of child rearing, to understand how to socialize in this way.
Well, I guess we all shared similar experiences. I grew up in like mostly white neighborhoods or one of a couple, Black students in my class or one. And do you guys remember the first time like a white boy complimented you, but there was a disclaimer to it? Oh, you're kind of pretty for a Black girl.
Mhm.
And you're like, wait, is that an insult or a compliment? What was that? And I would see like the most basic little, girls, 7th, 8th, 9th graders that they would just go crazy for, but they wouldn't even look at you. Like they would not even you weren't even considered. You were just like the home girl or someone they would pick first or second on their kickball team. When we played teams, but not really. There was not really a thing there. And I went to 7 proms my junior and senior year because I was a pageant girl, so I had a bunch of gowns. And not one of them was with a boyfriend or a guy that I kissed or nothing. It was just all just friends, like guy friends. And it just kind of clicked just now. I'm like, I get told a lot by men, oh my God, I liked you so much. I was crazy about you back in the 90s or the late, early 2000s. I'm like, you did? Like, I don't pick up on people liking me now. I'd be like, they do? I guess I'm just used to people not liking me or just not saying anything unless they're a crazy stalker on my Instagram.
See, the way that it shapes you, because I just stopped looking at what people looked like, because I had guys who liked me in high school and they were very generous with me. Like, I mean, would buy me flowers and like candy and stuff like that. I never cared what people looked like. I cared how they treated me. And they were so kind to me, like very kind. So I think when I think about, the fact that my husband is a white guy from Canada and people are constantly questioning it, I'm like, there's nothing to question. I go upon how people treat me. And the truth is, these boys with the acne, it didn't matter. Like, it didn't matter if they were short. It didn't matter if it didn't matter anything. Like, I just like to be treated well.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
Well,
there was a story, everything's coming out, like you've unlocked a memory. Like I remember this was probably in like 7th grade. And I was like, my parents, they both worked. And so I had the house to myself. And so I invited a bunch of kids to my house after school. And we were like, just like playing Nintendo party, whatever, just like doing whatever. And then I was like, you got to get out before my parents get home. And so it's probably like 12 kids, they all left. And then like 5 minutes later, I hear a knock at my door. And it's this like white boy that's very cute. I crushed on whatever. And he came back and like, he was clearly like, I think he wanted a kiss or something. And it stuck out to me because like, he couldn't do it in front of everyone that was there. He came back 5 minutes later after everyone left. And I don't know, I was too shy. I was just kind of like, okay, we'll see you later. We never talked about it again, whatever. I think years later, I think I friended him on Facebook. Of course, he went on to just marry like a white girl, like whatever. But I always think about that because I do wonder, like in a different time, like if he had the balls or like, would my trajectory have been different if I had been able to have that experience and been dating at that age and that sort of thing. And yeah.
So now do you tend to date mostly white boys or black guys?
I mean, I've dated a lot of white men, but I've let them treat me poorly. So now I've just gone celibate. Let's be honest. I don't even know what to do.
Damn, you got the white boys that treat you like crap. Don't they?
I know.
They say that's supposed to be like the soft life. So no, so just as bad, huh?
It was not good. Yeah.
Damn.
Somebody else. I don't understand. I do not understand. My number one pet peeve, all of my beautiful, intelligent, but that was the thing. That's a part of the issue. It's not a problem. It's the issue, especially us as young Black women, young girls. We were told to keep your heads in the books, success. And everything else was by the wayside. And that has done a lot for us in terms of where we have been able to, take our careers and our lives independently. But we were never partnered. The other side was never taught how or maybe encouraged that same way. So we went straight up, educated, all of the big jobs, now making the most money, getting the most degrees. And then our counterparts are over here like scrambling and then finding less value in us as people. Like it's a very strange thing that has happened amongst these past 2 generations. It's very strange.
Erica, I tell you all the time, no matter what happens, well, not no matter what, but stay in that marriage no matter what. You do not want to be in these dating streets. Look how me and Kiki's faces. Look at the lack of light in my eyes right now. Look
Stop
at this
it.
scowl
He's
on
like,
my
don't
face.
put me in it.
No, put me in it. No, I'm dead-eyed. No, I'm done.
No, I'm not sad. I'm actually just neutral.
Yeah.
Like there's no one that's been taking me up or down. I haven't had butterflies and I haven't had heartbreak. I haven't been embarrassed by anyone in a long time. Yeah.
I wonder if it's a Canadian thing. Somebody chime in from Canada. I mean, I have a Canadian husband and he's his mother's also from Chicago. He's very Midwest. Like he opens doors and stuff. Like,
so we gotta go get that.
We need to go to Canada.
We gotta get that Canadian bacon.
Yeah. That's why I get so triggered though by I watch every season of Love is Blind, but every time I do see a Black woman, like especially this last season with Calabria and Edmund, it was so triggering because I could see that this was a woman, very successful, very accomplished, but was willing to keep putting up with this because you almost are like, this is my opportunity. This is my chance to find love. I don't want to give it up so easily. And you're like, girl, walk away, please.
Oh, wait. I just started watching it. So she's got with the little nerdy guy, right? So he's treating her bad?
Well, as you go on and after the reunion, you see there might be another side to this man. And especially after you meet his mother, you're like, there is something else happening here. They need family therapy. They need individual therapy. He does not need to be looking for love on a reality show.
Ever since I saw Revenge of the Nerds back in the late 80s, early 90s, I don't trust nerds. You think they'd be the safe option. They're not going to be how the cool guys. No, they have an evil streak. Look at the nerds. Look at the evil men in the world. Elon Musk. Some people say Bill Gates. Even old boy Stephen Hawking in the wheelchair. He can't even speak. Can't even move his fingers. They say he's a predator. Allegedly.
I love a nerd. I'm not going to lump all the nerds together. I love a nerd.
I'm skeptical. I am skeptical now because he was a geek. And I was like, oh, she going to give. Okay, girl. I see. Maybe you see a diamond in the rough. And I just started watching it. And he was a bit intense, though. He looked like you might want to check his basement.
Lord. Y'all leave Edmund alone. I live in Denver. I run into these people, okay? Denver's gotten a bad rep. Just so you know, there's normality here, okay?
Because I was worried. I was like, I'm never coming to Denver. If this is my option.
No.
I think the air is too thin. Yeah. You know what I mean? So everybody's brain ain't developed right. You good because you're from Chicago, but I just feel like I hate that he's an evil nerd.
He's not evil. He just probably needs some emotional support that isn't in the form of a wife.
Oh,
yes.
God.
Yeah. She took her work home. She took her social work home and he was going to be a project and she did not need that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope she gave him some too, didn't she?
No.
Oh,
that was a part of the problem. You got to catch up, girl.
Okay, good. Okay. Because I'll be damned if a nerd sons me and ghosts me after I give a nerd some. I'm really going to be pissed. I gave your goofy ass 4 eyes from coochie and you're going to treat me like crap. You? Sir. Kiki, thank you so much. And we all look out for each other. If I come across someone that I think won't ruin your life too much, I'll connect y'all.
Thank you.
Is that bar really low? That's a low bar, isn't it?
No, that's a great bar at this point.
That bar was a 6'7", but okay.
6'7". But it was.
We look forward to seeing you at BravoCon. I promise I won't come up to you and be weird this time.
No, please. Oh, don't. Well, you weren't weird, but yes, I'm weird. No.
Well, tell our informers where they can find you.
Well, find me all over social media at The Talk of Shame, and obviously weekdays on Radio Andy Sirius XM, Reality Check with Dorinda Medley.
Thank you so much for joining us. We had a good time with you.
We'll see you next week.
Bye. All right. Hey, y'all feel about that. You better treat her nice. I like her.
Yeah. Kiki, she's such a self-starter. Like everything that she's been able to do is just incredible. So make sure y'all go and support her.
Absolutely. All right, informers, we want to tell you about a few exciting things. First up, a special shout out to our informers on our Patreon page. We appreciate you so much. Now, today on our Patreon page, we are dropping our behind the scenes interview straight from the green room at Watch What Happens Live. And later this week, you'll get the first look at our brand new promo shoot. That's really cute. Erica was serving those looks. She was.
I was just trying to keep up with you.
Oh no, I'm not even good at modeling anymore. I'm not. I do 1 or 2 poses. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I don't have any more poses. You were like, You was doing like movements. All I did was hand on the waist, hand down, face to the side, straight. Like I have no range anymore. I was like, I was taking note. You did really good. Okay. Our brand new show. Okay. Plus, you get to vote on which photo becomes our new logo. So that's pretty exciting. You at home get to decide which one of our photos become the promo logo. It's the kind of exclusive insider access you can only get on Patreon. So scan the QR code on your screen and join the community. All right. Now, to all the small business owners out there, we are looking for companies to feature on our show and on our exclusive holiday gift list. Just email us at accidentally.informed@gmail.com. Tell us about your product and why it's the perfect fit for our audience. Now, we're going to choose a select few to feature on our show. So send your submissions today. That's accidentally.informed@gmail.com. And also, one more programming note. Starting November 19th, our live show is moving from 6 p.m. Eastern to 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We hope the later time makes it easier for more of you to join us. Like after you get home from work and you have your dinner, you can sit down and watch us. I know people are on their way home and stuff. So yeah, so mark your calendars. November 19th, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. We can't wait to see you there. All right. Thanks for watching, Informers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out. And we will see you next week. Erica, it's good to see you as always.
Good to see you too. Get some rest, please.
I have one more show to do like right now. And then I was debating if I want to stop fasting and like not eat till tomorrow or go get a salad. But I don't have that much to do tomorrow.
You need to eat because you need fuel for your body. Fast when you're able to like rest a bit.
I need my waist smaller. I look puffy next to
Girl, you are going to eat. Informers, tell her to eat and get some sleep.
All right. It's been fun. I'll see you next time. I'll talk to you, Erica. I'll talk to you a little bit.
All right. Sounds good.
Put it on, girl. Let me see it. Put it on, girl. Let me see it.